Northern Hydraulics would be a leading manufacturer for precision hydraulic cylinders. We're now in business 27 years, supplying to the OEM worldwide market. We would work to the lean ethos of lean manufacturing and continuous improvement to keep our customers keep us on our toes and keep challenging us, so we have to stay in front of that by constantly challenging ourselves basically. Engineering in this area is a hotbed of world engineering and the quarrying, mining and recycling industry. 80% of the world's products go from here, Tyrone area. So traditionally engineering was seen as welding or grinding or assembly, but now it's developed into health and safety, HR, purchasing, quality control, process engineer. So there's great opportunity, especially in this Tyrone area radius for young people nowadays. So it's tapping into that and identifying it and making them aware with tour visits like to ourselves today. So hopefully this will help.
I chose the route of engineering because I was always interested in it. I was always a hands-on person, and I like doing stuff with my hands. I like the practical work as well as some of the theory work as well. The main benefits of choosing this type of learning is you get to do your 2 days theory as well as your 3 days practical work as well, so you get the best of both worlds and you get to learn while you're learning as well.
We have identified the skilled shortage in the local area. We believe as part of our growth plan, by 2017, one of our restraints will be skilled labour. So on top of that, we have identified contacting local colleges, schools, local areas to try and help give them our knowledge to make sure they are training the guys up to what's needed and relevant in the current workplace.
From a young age, I was always really interested in art and design, and then as I grew older, it was more in mechanics and how things work. So a degree in mechanical engineering was a perfect choice to be able to combine those two things, so it was a perfect career choice for me. After graduation, I took up a role as manufacturing engineer for NACO. After that, I moved into a permanent role at Terex Powerscreen, where I was a design engineer. And in there I would have managed projects right through from concept, design, installation, right through to after sales. After that, a few years there, I wanted to experience different types of engineering, different materials, different processes, so I was offered a role as manufacturing engineer at a company, Lecky Design. That company manufacture and design seating equipment for kids with disabilities, so it was a really nice way to use my engineering skills to have a positive impact on their lives. Also down there I got to work with so many different materials: wood, plastics, steel, fabrics and injection molding and extrusions, all of that, so it was really good experience. I was offered a role with Northern Hydraulics. This is a company based in the town where I live, that were giving me the opportunity to work with high technology processes such as robotics and CNC machining. So I jumped at the chance, and this is where I've been ever since.
I'd like to stay in engineering. When I finish my gold engineering, I might progress on to the higher level apprenticeship course and stay within Northern Hydraulics there. Definitely go for it, because you can do your theory end of it as well as your practical end of it here in Northern Hydraulics. This can lead you into design jobs or practical jobs, whichever you want.
Well, my day-to-day role at Northern Hydraulics is really varied. No 2 days are the same, which is it's one of the parts of my job that I really love. Being on the front line of production, live production, means that every day throws up a different scenario. So one day I'll be down on the floor problem solving, troubleshooting with the guys. The next day I might be working with suppliers to spec new equipment for the floor. Northern Hydraulics each year invest heavily in new equipment, so it's really exciting to be part of those projects right from design right through to the very end. As process engineer, I'm responsible for always driving continuous improvement within the company, so identifying bottlenecks and efficiencies and quality and putting in measures just to eliminate all of those as well. Well, I think just to be a good engineer in general, you have to be creative, you have to be able to think outside of the box, but you also need the skills to be able to turn that creativity into practical solutions for the factory floor. Attention to detail is also really important, especially in my role as a process engineer. You're always putting in new systems, So it's important that you cover all aspects and then give the guys the tools to maintain those processes once they move on to a different project. I suppose communication as well, it's a big role in any job, but particularly in engineering. At Northern Hydraulics we all work as a big team, so we're always bouncing ideas off each other, brainstorming.
The apprenticeship option gives them a hands-on experience. By getting to the core skills straight away. They're also learning in college the techniques, but then learning the hands-on experience at the workplace. So the additional benefit of that is that you're earning when you're learning. So for families now, maybe that haven't as well off as some other families, there's not the same financial constraint on them.
I would tell girls or women interested in engineering, go for it. Engineering and manufacturing in particular has evolved so much, even in the 10 years since I graduated. Northern Hydraulics and surrounding companies are all investing heavily in implementing lean manufacturing strategies such as 5S. So factory floors are clean, they're organised, they're structured, key focus on efficiencies and quality. So it's a nice area. It's not the heavy manufacturing area that you might envision. Also, there's so much variation in engineering. You can work on the medical side, the heavy engineering, as well as different roles such as design, purchasing, planning, right down to working on the factory floor.
This is NHL's first year of apprenticeships. This is new to us. As identified as part of our growth plan, we believed the skilled labour was going to affect us. So it's news to us, a challenge to us, getting that structure in place to audit our training plans, our training systems, and basically getting the guys after 2 years to a level where we need them to be at. So it's very challenging for us and innovative for us, but we're enjoying it.